Hi guys, it's Brechtje and today I thought I'd show you some books that I recently bought at several second-hand stores. In October I bought a total of 6 books second-hand and all of them were really good finds. The first book that I bought was Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman, and this one has been on my TBR on Goodreads for a really long time, so I'm not entirely sure anymore what it's about, but I believe that I discovered this book through BookTube actually, and from what I can remember, it's sort of a dystopian and it has to do with race, but I'm not entirely sure anymore, but I do want to read more dystopian and I was really happy to find this. The second book that I bought was a French picture book. It's this one, it's called Ernest et Célestine au Musée, and it has really lovely pictures, and I pretty much just picked it up because I want to read more in French, but I'm just not really in the mood right now to read an entire novel in French because it's going to take me a really long time, and yeah, I just want to have some quick reads before I'm going to read something more complicated. So I was really happy to find a picture book because I already read this one and it's a sweet story and it's really short and it's just something that I can pick up every now and then to just quickly read something in French. The third book that I got is The Days of the Shadow by Liliana Boruc, and this is the second book in a trilogy. I own the entire trilogy in Spanish because the author is actually from Argentina, and I also have the first book in Dutch, and this is a Dutch translation as well because my Spanish isn't really good enough yet to read the entire trilogy in Spanish, so I thought I would just read the books in Dutch first so that I have an idea of the story and it'll be a lot easier to eventually read the Spanish books. I already read the first book in Dutch and I quite liked it. It's a epic fantasy and it's really different from most of the fantasy stories that I've read. So this is also a really nice find and it's just in really good condition. So I'm hoping at some point I'll also stumble across the third book in the trilogy. The fourth book that I got is probably one of the best books that I've ever found at a second-hand store. It's a hardback copy of Warhorse by Michael Morpurgo. I've seen the movie Warhorse and I've always wanted to read the book, and this is just a really cool copy. I've never seen it anywhere, but it's fully illustrated throughout in black and white. And it actually also looks really cool if you take off the dust jacket. The last two books that I got are both in different languages. I got DeVault by Tonke Dracht, and this is actually a German translation of a book that was originally published in Dutch. It is called in Dutch Geheimen van het Wilde Woud, and I believe the English translation is called Secrets of the Wildwood. It's the second book in a fantasy duology and I think it's middle grade. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's a young adult book, but I read this when I was younger and I really loved it. I've been wanting to reread this for a while, so I'm really looking forward to doing this in German. The last book that I got is a Swedish book. It's Mio min Mio by Astrid Lindgren, who's also the author of like the Pippi Longstocking books. I was really excited to find it because I don't really come across a lot of Swedish books usually in the second-hand store. Very rarely, and usually when I do find Swedish books, they're not really stories that I'm interested in that much, but this is a book that I really want to read, so I'm really excited about this. I actually like this book a lot better without the dust jacket. Like the illustration underneath is just nicer than the one on the cover, I think. So these were all the second-hand books that I got recently. If you've also got any interesting books recently, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll see you next time. Bye!